Hello everyone and welcome back to Bitcoin Tips. So today we're going to be taking a look at how you can earn the most amount of passive income using cryptocurrency today in 2022. So if you like the idea of passive income online, I want to make sure to ask you to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel here because it really does help out in showing the YouTube algorithm that my channel is interesting to people and it helps grow the community in cryptocurrency. So with that being said, let's get into the video. So the method that we're going to be talking about today takes advantage of a few different sites and a few different services to maximize an old computer's useful lifetime. Now, this is a really good option if you've got a quad-core or better computer, either sitting on a shelf or possibly you're open to purchasing one. Now, it doesn't necessarily need to be a quad core, but I usually recommend that just to have a little bit of extra computing room to expand out as you find and discover new sites and services to earn more crypto. So, just kind of looking at the CoinMarketCap very briefly, we can see that we're having a little bit of a down day today, about 4% down overall, but still very profitable. Now, a lot of the methods that I talk about in this video actually do better when the prices are down, so make sure you take advantage of these prices and get this system set up as soon as possible. So first off, like I said, I'm going to assume that if you're watching this video, you're interested in making passive income, but maybe you don't have a computer that you can sacrifice to do all of the passive income work. Now, I recommend using a second computer or a spare computer, however you want to refer to it as, for this because it always has to be on, it always has to be connected to the internet, and a lot of the sites that we talk about here work better when they're up on the screen. Now, just because they need to be pulled up on the screen doesn't mean the monitor needs to be on or even connected, but if you're doing this on a computer that you work on or game on or just do anything else on, it can throw off some of the processes that are running and it might create some extra work for you to keep everything running smoothly. So I always just recommend using a second computer. So what I did is I went just over to eBay and I quickly searched quad-core desktop. Now, it looks like here you can get some used computers that, either businesses have gotten rid of and upgraded from, or just, older quad-core computers pretty cheap. It looks like you can expect to spend between $100 and $200 to get a quad-core computer. Now, if you get a bid at the right price, this one's $31 for, a quad-core i7, it's second gen, 8 gigs of RAM. Not great. You're not going to get much use out of it for much else, but it would be perfect for all of these services and sites that we would be talking about today. So, with that being said, I'm going to take the middle of the ground kind of price here and say you're going to spend $150 on a desktop. So throughout all of these sites, I think it would be absolutely possible to pay back that computer in 1 to 2 months, and then everything after that is profit. None of these sites are going to be mining on your computer, so they're not going to cause a ton of extra power use, but there may be an extra $1 or $2 per month, maybe $5 a month in power costs for just having this computer on and running. Not a ton, you probably won't even notice it, but it's something to think about as well. So the first site I want to talk about here is Faucet. Now, the first 3 sites I'm going to talk about are auto faucets. I'm not going to go into much detail on these auto faucets as I do have a specific video on auto faucets looking into all of the features on each of these sites, and I highly recommend you go check that out if you haven't seen that or don't know about these sites. Now, the links to these sites will be down in the description below, and I highly suggest you sign up for them and start using them. They're all completely free. The only part of this entire system that possibly requires an investment is that quad-core computer up front, and that's if you don't already have one. So, apart from that cost, everything else you see in this video is free apart from one other site, which we'll talk about here in just a minute. So overall with Faucet, what you do is you collect autoclaim points, and you spend those autoclaim points by setting up the bot that is built into Faucet to automatically claim the crypto of your choice from the faucet. Now you can see with Fire Faucet you have a decent choice of cryptos, and the way it works is you can withdraw them directly from the site to your wallet or use a gift card conversion tool and get different gift cards depending on your location. Now, you may be wondering how you earn these auto-claim points and how it's different than a faucet, and this is going to rope into why you might want to have a little bit more computing power on this passive income computer. So we'll talk about how to get these points here in just a minute, because I want to mention the two other auto faucet sites that all use the same strategy. So the next site that I want to talk about here is Final Autoclaim. Now, Final Autoclaim, I've done a number of videos on at the end of last year and kind of have gotten away from it a little bit on the channel, just because the videos did get a little bit repetitive, but the idea is very similar to Fire Faucet as well as the other auto faucets that I've looked at here on the channel. You collect what are called Duchy points, which are pretty much the exact same thing as the auto-claim points on Fire Faucet, and you set your coins to claim, and then you just let it run. Now this one offers a number of different coins, up to actually 70 different coins, which is really, really cool. There's many more choices here on this site compared to the other ones, but I've really just claimed Redcoin, Dogecoin, BTT, and Litecoin, and I also have Shiba on there as well. So I do recommend this site. It's really good. There's a ton of other ways that you can earn using this site. If you're interested in those ways, again, check out the video that I've done specifically on this site. This is more just meant to be a quick overview talking about how you can earn passive income with this site. So again, you collect those Duchy points, and I'm going to show you my preferred way to do that. That will basically be the least amount of work that you can do to earn those points. And finally, the last faucet here, oh, looks like I got signed out, but the last faucet that I want to talk about is Auto Faucet. Now, Auto Faucet, again, more or less the same thing as the first two that we looked at here, so we're not going to spend a ton of time. You collect the auto claim or the faucet claim tokens, and then you can choose from any of these cryptos here, so they've got a decent selection as well. And you can get a credit to your account, get you a 1% bonus, and then there's some other multipliers that you can get as well. Again, for more specifics on this site, check out the dedicated video on this site. So now, how do you earn these faucet claim tokens, the Duchy, or the auto claim points? There are two different methods that I highly recommend that you use, and what's really cool is they can run on this same computer. So they are Loot TV and Hideout TV. I'm going to take a look at Loot TV. Again, these two are almost identical sites, and they work exactly the same. Basically, what you do, you create an account on these sites, email and password, very simple, and then you go on to, I'll do Fire Faucet for example, you go to Offer Walls, go over to Lootably, find the videos section, and then just click on this button here. It will redirect you to Loot TV, and my ad blocker's on, so it's complaining, and it will link your Fire Faucet account to your Loot TV account. And it's that simple. You do that on Auto Faucet, Final Auto Faucet, and Fire Faucet, and then you just let these videos run in the background. Now, from my experience with Loot TV, I had to sign on to the computer that was running it maybe once every 2 to 4 days and refresh the page or sign in, something like that. Now, basically what I recommend you do is you sign up for Loot TV as well as Hideout TV, and you create the accounts, start earning the points, and build up a backlog of auto-claim points on all of the faucets. So maybe for the first week, you go ahead and just use Loot TV and Hideout TV as much as you can, collect as many auto-claim points on all the faucets as you can, and then from there, you just start all of the faucets. You have a backlog of maybe 2 weeks, and then, like I said, every 2 to 4 days you might have to sign on, check these Loot TV sites, Hideout TV sites, convert your points into the auto-claim points, and it just is a system that will continue to build up, and eventually you're going to get to a point that you have so many auto-claim points on the faucets that if Loot TV and Hideout TV stopped working for a month or two, it could just be all auto on its own. So that's what's really cool about this, and like I said, you will have to put in 10 to 15 minutes of work every few days, but really it is about as passive as it gets with this for no investment. And again, that's ignoring if you don't, if you had to buy a computer. So that's really cool. Now, one other program that I want to mention that is still in the area of faucets is the Faucet Collector. Basically, what this does is it's going to throw a bot into the mix with a lot of your really popular faucets. So if we scroll down to the scripts section and say view more, you can see that if I just do this, these are all faucets that you can set up and claim from using the Faucet Collector bot. There are a ton of them on here. I mean, just scrolling through, I have not counted them. I would guess there's probably at least 1,000 faucets on here that you can sign up for and set to run on the Faucet Collector. Now, with that being said, the Faucet Collector is the other thing that comes in and has to be a paid purchase. It is $12.99 a year, but from my experience, I've had this for 4 years now, 3 or 4 years. It is absolutely worth it, and you can make that $12.99 back within the first couple weeks of owning it, and then it is all profit after that. So at this point, looking back on it, you've got 3 tabs of Chrome open for the faucets, Faucet Collector running, which is a program that opens up a Chrome tab every hour or however long you set the timer interval on the site here. You can kind of see there's a picture of it here. You set your timer. That's going to open up a Chrome tab, so now you've got maybe 4 or 5 Chrome tabs open at once. That's not a ton of stuff, especially for a decent quad-core computer. And again, like we saw here on eBay, you can get like a 2nd or 3rd gen quad-core i7 or i5 with 8 to 16 gigs of RAM and a 500 gig hard drive for about $120 to $160. That's really a good deal for something like this. Now, there are 2 other programs that I will recommend that you throw on there just to have since the computer's already on and already running. First one is Honeygain. Now, Honeygain is basically a profit sharing through your internet that will go ahead and show your or share your internet through the use of uploading and different things like that. I've been running Honeygain on my main computer as well as a few other computers for many years now, and as you can see, I've got $68 in my account. I can go to request a payout, and you can see they've got Bitcoin or PayPal. I usually just go with PayPal, send it over there. That's a decent extra side income on a computer that's already running. And peer-to-peer profit. This is another one that I've just recently found and started to use. This is another one very similar to Honeygain. They both run down here in the tray. As you can see, I've got peer-to-peer profit and Honeygain. So they're not even up on the screen. And for a while, I actually forgot that I had Honeygain running on my computer. So these are just perfect to have on a passive income computer. So really, all in, you're looking at 3 programs running, including Honeygain, peer-to-peer profit, and the Faucet Collector, and 3 Chrome tabs open 24/7 for faucets, and then an additional 2 for the Loot TV and Hideout TV. That is just the base. This is just what I've decided to include in the video. You can absolutely start to include other sites. There are some other profit-sharing sites like Peer-to-Peer Profit. There are other faucets out there. There are other auto faucets out there that are, you just keep stacking them on top of each other and really start to maximize your earnings. And that is how you can absolutely easily, with one computer that just sits in the corner, earn $50 to $100 a month in just passive income using a couple different crypto sites and a couple different peer-to-peer profit sites. So super, super cool. Like I said, this is just meant to be an educational thing and show you that it is really easy for a very small startup cost, whether you have a quad-core computer or not. If you don't, you gotta have, $150 to $200 up front, but other than that, I mean, like this one here, a quad-core i5 with 250 gig hard drive and 8 gigs of RAM is $100. Buy it now. That's super cheap. And for $100, like I said, once you get this all up and running, it might take a few hours initially. That is very possible within 1 to 2 months to get back. So I highly, highly recommend you check out all the links in the description below. All of the faucets we talked about, as well as the programs we mentioned, will be down below. And again, apart from Faucet Collector, everything is free to sign up for and start using, even if you don't have a dedicated profit computer right now. All of this can be run on your regular everyday computer. I just recommend getting that passive income computer so that it can just stay on 24/7 with no interruptions to maximize your earnings. So thank you so much for tuning in and checking out this video. If you made it this far in the video, thank you so much for that support. Leave a comment down below on what your thoughts are on passive income computers like what we talked about in this video. If you have any questions on anything talked about in this video or anything else related to this topic, leave a comment down below as well. And please consider hitting the like button to help out the channel. Make sure you're subscribed with that bell icon clicked to stay up to date on all the latest content here on the channel. And if you're interested in supporting us even further, check out the join button for the channel memberships, and any support in that area is greatly, greatly appreciated. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye.